One take, one shot. This is the Raw review where I do it immediately following the last episode of Raw. Literally, I turn it off and here it is. You get my raw, pun intended, visceral reaction. What is my visceral reaction on this Raw? I don't really have any reaction. This was an episode. It was an episode. For real, if you skipped it, not much of consequence is gonna happen. You're gonna miss. I mean, the Usos, they did win the tag team titles, and you're like, that's a big deal. I mean, is it? Is it a big deal? When was the last time we really treated the Raw tag team division as like a super important like division? So like it's like it was a good match, cool, but at the end of the day, is anything happening? I mean, throughout the entire match, we teased the Usos turning heel, both of them, not just Jay, but like, I don't know. I could see them just going back to being baby faces next week, even though they had heel tendencies in this match. And that's the thing. They had heel tendencies, but they didn't do anything like overtly heelish. It's not like they used a chair or something at the end. So for all we know, it's just going to be more of the same with Jey Uso, where we tease him crashing out. He takes the prime bottle and demolishes the whole ringside. And then next week, he's just like, yes, I just got mad, heat. But yeah, so that was a good match. So that was your main event segment. It was AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus the Usos, and you kind of saw it coming in that AJ Styles has already been teasing a program with Gunther, and it's his retirement year. It was time to get him out of the tag team division. That said, I could have easily also seen Jey Uso losing. That way he does fully crash out, but no, probably when they lose their tag team titles, that's when we finally get Jey Uso fully embracing the dark side. But then again, who knows? I think he's been embracing that dark side since what? Clash in Paris? I think Clash in Paris is when, which was 1 month after SummerSlam, is how long we've been teasing this Jay. Is he going to become the right-hand man, tribal chief Jey Uso, or is he going to be babyface Yeet Jey Uso? We've been teasing it for that long. So, I don't know. I guess we're just going to tease it some more. I'm teasing you. The only other good thing on the show was the triple threat, actually. Nikki Bella, Stephanie Vakir and Nikki Bella, Raquel Rodriguez, Stephanie Vakir. That was a really good match. I actually enjoyed it a lot. Bishop Marley, someone on the live chat part of the channel, said he described it like all three played their roles very well. Stephanie Vakir, the wrestling machine. Raquel Rodriguez, the powerhouse, and Nikki Bella, the wily veteran, coming in, stealing her spots, knowing when to strike and when to back off. Very, very good match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The end sequence was really cool too, where Stephanie Vakir rolled up Raquel Rodriguez, but Raquel just went out of the ring. And then she got the pin on Nikki Bella. I kind of had hoped, honestly, that Nikki Bella was going to have like a little short title reign, but didn't look like that was going to happen. Then I was kind of hoping that Raquel Rodriguez would win, and then her and Liv Morgan could go to WrestleMania after Liv won the Royal Rumble, but don't know if that's going to happen. Either way, this was a stellar match. If I had to tell you guys and gals to watch anything from Raw, it would literally be this triple threat and the last 5 to 8 minutes of the Uso versus AJ Lee match. Those were the bright spots. Everything else was kind of like The New Day did a really good promo, saying about how bunch of losers Orlando is, which so did Becky Lynch. Oh, that's it. Becky Lynch. Also watched the Becky Lynch promo because she's the best in the world. And that's not just me saying it. That's Sports Illustrated and Bleacher Report. But the New Day, they had a commercial segment, and then Finn Balor had a commercial segment. Finn Balor actually cut a pretty good promo saying, you know what, JD's out, Dominic's out. Dominic got a shoulder injury, by the way. And he was saying, like, but I carried NXT once upon a time. Maybe I'll carry Judgment Day. And he's like, I'll carry it to a championship. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I love Finn Balor, but like, WWE has hurt me too many times believing that Finn Balor is actually going to get a push. I'm not believing it. not believing it. I want to believe. I'll probably believe. I'm not going to lie. If they let Finn Balor win 2 matches, I'll be like, he's back, baby. Demon, bring me back the demon. I don't think so, though. I think they like to just, I think Triple H likes to dangle the demon in front of my face and then just like, ha ha ha. But yeah, so I hope Finn Balor can bump up again into that main event roster, but I just don't see it. The main event roster is already too packed, and we're starting to get NXT guys in now. I wish, but alas, probably won't happen. And it happened during the commercial break segment. So, New Day and Finn Balor during the commercial break segment just says everything you need to know. They're not getting pushed anytime soon. Let's go to the start of Raw as a whole, and the Vision come out. I don't know what it is about the Vision. I love Bron Breakker. I love Bronson Reed. I don't hate Logan Paul as a WWE superstar. I think he does a really good job as a WWE superstar. And Austin Theory, I'm happy that he's getting a chance. And Paul Heyman, I'm like, he's literally the greatest. I put him above Bobby Heenan. Hot take, I know. But I don't care about the Vision. I don't know what it is. Because Seth got injured. I didn't care about them when Seth was around. When Seth was around, their best story was Bronson Reed attacking Roman Reigns, and that had nothing to do with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch and AJ Lee and CM Punk. And that had nothing to do with the Vision. So, I just don't see it. Austin Theory at one point was like, I got a lot to say. He said one thing, and then CM Punk interrupted. And then we have this awkward Punk saying, can we get your boys out of here? And then his boys, Bron Breakker and Punk, they stand in the ring while the rest of the Vision are outside. And when it's all said and done, the Vision don't attack. Come on. They should have attacked. Austin Theory should have attacked. They literally made a point to say that Austin Theory had a lot to prove. The moment Bron Breakker was done talking to CM Punk, Austin Theory should have blindsided him, and then a beatdown should have ensued, where eventually Bron Breakker says, all right, that's enough. We got to leave some of him intact for next week. So, it was just they had a sparring match. Now, I saw some people thought this was a really good promo segment back and forth between Bron Breakker and CM Punk. I thought it was much like this Raw, where it was okay. It was just okay. I've seen better from Bron Breakker. It felt like Bron Breakker was trying to remember his lines, as opposed to the Bron Breakker that I love when he just goes unhinged off the top of his head. And then CM Punk, CM Punk's always gonna be, CM Punk's like pizza. Even like a CM Punk promo is like a pizza. Even when you have bad pizza, it's still kind of good because it's pizza. CM Punk's promos are always going to be kind of good because he's just a natural. But also, there's levels to a CM Punk promo, and if you don't hit those highs of a CM Punk promo, then it's just a low. It's just a low, and it's okay. It was an okay promo, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bitter old man yelling at a cloud. But this Raw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6, and because it wasn't bad, but it wasn't exciting either. Even the title change again. It's okay, the tag team division changed hands. It's okay, so what are you gonna do with it? Who are you gonna challenge? There's no challengers right now. Although I do think I know who the challenger is going to be. Later, we had Austin Theory telling everybody how he had their back and how everybody had to tell him he had his back. Literally, this was the segment. I'm Austin Theory right now. Braun, I've got your back, man. And then Braun, yeah, you're one of us now. I got your back. My tribal chief, I've got your back. Welcome, we got your back. And then to Logan Paul, I'm not humble. And then, yeah, you are. You're humble. Yeah, I'm pretty humble. And I got your back. Well, I got your back. And then that was it. That was the segment. 3 people telling Austin Theory they had his back, and then Austin Theory telling 3 people that he had their backs. And then Paul Heyman's like, I got an idea. Logan Paul, why don't you go out with them? And so Logan Paul, Austin Theory, they go out, they have a match against Rey Mysterio. And I'm sorry, Rey's a legend, but Austin Theory is the new guy on the block again. We're trying to push him, make him like, oh, this guy's a real threat, right? Credible. He couldn't even beat Rey Mysterio. And Rey was about to do like a jump off the ropes, and Logan Paul just like right in front of the ref, just blatantly DQ'd. And it's like, what? Shouldn't like at least punch Rey in the face when the ref's not looking so Austin can get a visual pin? Like, are we not building up Austin Theory? Does Rey Mysterio really need the protection? And then they beat him down. They get heat, but then out comes Penta. Penta comes out. And that's that. I think, what else did we got going on? Truth got in Gunther's face. I wasn't sure if it was Ron Killings or Truth. And he said, man, you beat John, but like the way you're going about it. And so Gunther's like, okay, well, next we can fight. Gunther came out. He revealed that he had a shirt of John Cena tapping out. It says, you tapped out like a ... That got some heat. That's a good shirt. That's probably going to sell a lot. And then we had, don't think John Cena should have still tapped out, but it's a good shirt since we did do that. And then Gunther proceeds to beat R-Truth in a match. It's fine. It's whatever. At least he got into at least there was something here. And he did pin Gunther, but then he pulled him up and tapped him out. He didn't pin Gunther. I mean, Gunther pinned R-Truth, but then he pulled him up and then he tapped him out. Raquel and Liv. Raquel did get some attitude before the match with Stephanie Vakir and Nikki Bella. Roxanne. I'm sorry, I get them mixed up. I'm dyslexic. Roxanne Perez was getting attitude with Liv and told her not to come out again. But, which is weird because last week she got mad at Liv for not coming out when she told her not to come out. But either way, she didn't come out. And there was a funny moment with Nikki Bella also. She put someone in the STFU, John Cena's move, and they started saying, thank you, Cena. And she was like, don't thank him, thank me. That was funny. Jey Uso, he was afraid. Not sure if I'm blurry right now. The TVs just went off. Don't worry. Jey Uso was afraid that he was dragging Jimmy down, but obviously that was Jimmy pep talked him and said, "No, you're not." But then they won anyway, so it don't matter. Theory couldn't beat Rey alone. Oh, Asuka came out. She did a really good promo. Asuka's just insane, like legit. She didn't say anything new, but she's just a joy to watch. Kind of like Becky Lynch. Both of them, they can say the same thing over and over again, but because they're so into their character, it's just so fun to watch them. And then Kyrie is just there. She's all having fun. And then at one point, Asuka took the microphone from Kyrie, and so Asuka was double fisting microphones while Kyrie just stood there. It was hilarious. And then Rhea and Io came out, and surprise, they weren't like all over each other, and they just fought. I think Rhea and Io should have had missed. They should have gave the Kabuki Warriors some of their own medicine just to further the storylines, but they didn't. They just beat them down. They ran them off. They will have a video package later, a backstage segment, which Rhea does good in those. And Io, they did fine. It was just a standard, we're going to beat you next week. So that's happening next week. Becky Lynch came out to Maxine Dupree. Maxine Dupree gives a really good baby face promo, and Becky Lynch gives a really good Becky Lynch promo, the way that only Becky can do. God, she is so entertaining. Becky Lynch, Asuka, so freaking gosh darn entertaining. Oh, I love it. But nothing new. Just go follow Becky on all her social medias, because she keeps running with the idea of a conspiracy against her. Like, she's more entertaining than WWE TV. I would much rather have Becky Lynch's segments on TV than these long matches. We could have cut 3 minutes, 4 minutes off a lot of matches and just had Becky Lynch documentaries on Monday Night Raw. It would have been way more interesting. But yeah, Trick Williams, he was backstage and he was like, "Here's my card," and Bayley's like, "Come on, what about me? And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much Raw. We then go to the main event, which we already talked about. I say a 6. If you want to give it a 5, give it a 5. You want to give it a 4, give it a 4. You want to give it a, give it whatever you want. I just don't think it was like, it was just kind of there. It's just kind of there. If you didn't watch it, if I was to literally just be like, hey, the Usos beat AJ Lee, that's all you need to know. I could sum up Raw in one sentence. The Usos beat, the Usos won. That's it. Everything else is just like, even the furthering of the storylines. All they do to further storylines nowadays is we cut a promo on the other person and then they fight for a little bit. And that's it. That's storyline nowadays. Whoever, you just beat up somebody and then the next week they'll beat you up. And then the next week you'll beat them up. That's it. That's it. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll start counting my yawns again. I know I got up to like 7 and then I lost count. So I need to start writing it down. I apologize. I'll start writing it down again. So anyways, boys, anyways, girls, if you want to just keep this out in the background, do that. It's a decent background noise. Tomorrow you need something to fold laundry to. This would be fine. This would be fine. All right, boys. All right, girls. Thank you so much. Go leave a hot take. See ya. Bye.